Coming up on First at 4, the Magoffin County High School boys basketball team making history today. We're going live to Rupp Arena with the latest from the boys' Sweet 16. Plus, a Kentucky couple accused of trying to sell their twin babies are talking from jail.
Plus, another freeze is on the way as we go into tonight. Your forecast coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, the boys' Sweet 16 tipped off this morning in Rupp Arena with an all-mountain matchup. WYMT's Audrey Hausberger talked to some fans and is live in Lexington with more. Audrey.
Thanks, Steve. The Magoffin County Hornets already made school history just 9 days ago when they took home the 15th regional title for the first time in school history. That got them to this building right here, Rupp Arena. Safe to say the Hornet fans filed into Rupp seats in hopes that the Hornets would make school history once again and advance to the quarterfinals. They had to beat a fellow mountain team in Perry Central to do that. While mountain teams usually root for other mountain teams in the state tournament, being pitted up against one another can be bittersweet because one team will be going home. But when push comes to shove, obviously both fan bases were here for their schools and their schools only.
I don't know that there's anyone left today in Magoffin County. Everyone is here. Our students are here. They love this team. They love this school. They have incredible school spirit, and we're just ready. We're so proud of our team, our coach. We're just ready to cheer on the Hornets. No school today. No school today. This is an all-out onslaught and coming to Rupp Arena. We couldn't wait to get here, but no, this was no school. This is like a holiday.
Well, Magoffin did make school history again with that win over Perry Central. We'll have more on sports later this afternoon, but the Hornets will be advancing to Friday's quarterfinals. And yes, Ben Conley said it is expected that Friday will be canceled for Magoffin County High School as well. Steve?
All right. Thank you very much. And again, we'll have much more on the boys' Sweet 16, and we still have more teams playing tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And soon the Kentucky Wildcats will begin their quest for a 9th national title. Their NCAA run begins in Pittsburgh tomorrow evening right here on WYMT. WYMT's Armando Berry is live in Pittsburgh with our Big Blue coverage. Armando?
What's going on, Mountain family? The Kentucky Wildcats have arrived here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and just wrapped up their first practice in preparation for the NCAA tournament. The Cats will face the Oakland Golden Grizzlies here in the round of 64 tomorrow night. If UK wins, the Cats will face the winner out of Texas Tech and NC State. We will hear from Coach Cal and the Wildcats later in Sports at 6. Steve, back to you.
All right, Armando, thank you very much. It's definitely a big week for March Madness. Well, Kentucky again will face Oakland Thursday night around 7:10 right here on WYMT in the NCAA tournament. Morehead State also plays tomorrow, and Western Kentucky University plays on Friday in the tournament. And we're going to get you ready for it all tonight. We will simulcast the WKYT All Blue NCAA tournament preview special. It's tonight at 7 right here on WYMT. And we also want to remind you about our NCAA tournament bracket contest, Basketball Mayhem. You can scan the QR code on your screen and submit your bracket for a chance to win an iPad sponsored by Appalachian Wireless, a big screen TV, and a Food City gift card. You can submit your bracket up until 15 minutes before the first tournament game tomorrow. For contest rules and more, go to WYMT.com.
Well, the weather not too bad on this first full day of spring across the region. Had some sunshine for most of your Wednesday, but now clouds are starting to increase across the region. A live look from Perry County from Buffalo Mountain. That current temperature is right at average, up to 59 degrees, and we should be at 59 for late March, sitting at 67 for Manchester, also in Harlan, 66 in Somerset, down to 61 for Moorhead, also in Jackson. That's all thanks to a cold front that will continue pushing off to the south as we go into this evening. And notice that cold front close to I-64, and again that will continue pushing off to the south. Now, no moisture with this system, but this will bring some more cold air as we go into late Wednesday, also pushing into your Thursday. Your forecast this evening: we are mainly dry, also tracking some more mainly clear skies as you wake up on Thursday. But notice those lows. We are cold once again, back in the upper 20s to lower 30s as you walk out the door on Thursday. So once again, a freeze is on the way to wake up on Thursday. We are slightly cooler tomorrow, but one more dry day on the way for Thursday before more rain chances are set to increase by Friday. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. We are learning new details about a Wolfe County shooting earlier this month. Pedro Tereses was charged with assault after a shooting that led to a manhunt and several schools going on lockdown. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox has more on what came out in court today.
Pedro Tereses appeared virtually in the Wolfe County District Court for a preliminary hearing. Kentucky State Police Detective Ethan Crouch testified in the hearing. Crouch said the investigation leads them to believe an argument between Tereses and another man, Roger Pelfrey, led to Tereses firing multiple shots, hitting Pelfrey twice. Crouch said the argument was about a side-by-side.
He and Mr. Pelfrey got into some kind of argument, supposedly over a side-by-side, and then Mr. Tereses pulled out a gun, shot Mr. Pelfrey. They believe he shot 3 to 4 times.
Crouch said Pelfrey was flown to the UK hospital and is recovering from his injuries. Coming up at 6, we will hear the next step in the court process for Tereses in Wolfe County. Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Police said the shooting happened in the early morning hours of March 8th, and Tereses was later arrested that night. An Eastern Kentucky couple accused of trying to sell their twin babies are talking from jail. Jacqueline Keith and Zachary Davis are accused of promoting human trafficking. From jail, the two claim they were set up and had no intention of selling the babies. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more from McKee.
I spoke with Davis and Keith individually inside the Jackson County Jail, and they both told me that they did need help after these twins were born to care for them. They were sent to a relative's house, but they say they had absolutely no intention of selling them to get rid of them. A Jackson County deputy sheriff says Jacqueline Keith and Zachary Davis tried to sell their twin baby girls for $5,000. A relative provided police with a screenshot and recorded conversations to back up the claims. But from jail, the mother and father say it's not true. They say they were set up and in no time were serious about trying to sell them. Davis says a relative even joked about trying to buy them, but said it wasn't serious at all.
I'm never going to sell my kids, never would have. And kids is supposed to be my new beginning in life. Yeah, I'm a convict. I've been in prison before. These kids was my only 2 things that I had left life. It was hope in my life.
And then she contacted my husband through Facebook, and she said, "I'll give you $5,000 to sign your rights over to your kids." And he contacted them back and was going along with it. I told him, I said, "You need to screenshot this for court so we can take it to court."
Both are being held here in the Jackson County Jail on $10,000 bond. They will be answering to these charges in Jackson District Court Monday morning at 9:30. In Jackson County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
The Department of Social Services was also called to assist with this case. Coming up on First at 4, the United States is no longer among the 20 happiest countries in the world. We'll tell you where we rank and what country is the world's happiest.
Plus, we are dry through tomorrow, but rain chances return on Friday. Those details coming up.